Schools in our area will be meeting this week to talk about security procedures. Emily Deem is live with school officials in Green Bay this morning. Good morning, Emily.
Pete, good morning to you. Hi, everybody. We are out here at Green Bay East High School. School is in session this morning. I'm with the principal at East High School, Ed Dorff. Ed, just minutes ago, you finished your meeting with your administrative team. This is a meeting you have a couple times a week to speak with them, but today was different. Tell me the changes that you're making and what is going to be happening today at your school.
Primary purpose for our meeting this morning was to talk about a follow-up to the tragic events in Connecticut and how we're going to address them. Right now, as we speak, my associate principals are meeting with the crisis team. We have a crisis team at school to address any kind of a crisis that we might deal with, but just to make sure that we're all on the same page about that and being prepared to take care of any students or staff members who may have some issues that need to be addressed. We've been receiving some emails from parents already about concerns for some of their children. We also are planning to do a school-wide assembly, actually two of them because we can't fit everyone into the auditorium at once, but for second hour, which we're coming up on in about a half an hour, we're going to talk to the students about assuring them about the relationships and safety and what they can do, and talk about our procedures, and we'll let them know that we are going to be having a security drill on Wednesday during third hour, which is about 9:30 in the morning. And talk to them again about the importance of following through with the procedures that we do have in place with wearing their ID cards and using the proper doors and basically the fairly simple procedures that we have to try to keep a good handle on safety and security.
Yeah, you have a school of about 1,400 students. You're getting new students pretty much not every day, but since
on a weekly basis.
Yeah, a weekly basis, you were telling me. And they are required to wear their ID. Right now, this is your temporary ID that you have in place, but there's something different that is going to start.
Right. I just ordered wristband IDs, or temporary IDs, that we will be using starting after the first of the year. They'll be color-coded by day so that we know whether or not the student received that ID card or that temporary that day. We're also going to be a lot more tight on who we're issuing the IDs to in terms of how many times you can get a temporary ID card. These are great. They served a good purpose, but they can be pulled off and traded, and unfortunately we see them sticking in places they shouldn't be stuck. So it was really not a perfect system, not that anything will be, but Washington Middle School has had some success with using a wristband system, and so we're going to go to that.
And you know, I was sitting in on your meeting that you had today with your team, and I was just listening. The assembly that you're going to have, I know you were talking about, let's reassure everybody about the safety measures you take out here at East High School, because a lot of people on Friday, when they learned about the news, it was in the morning, a lot of people were on edge, and you just want to make sure your staff, your students, parents, know that you're taking those measures to keep that safety and security number one.
Yeah, and I would hope that all parents would feel comfortable talking to their children's teachers, principals, going into the schools, visiting, seeing what the procedures are so that they can have a sense of comfort as much as possible. No one would predict that this kind of a thing is going to happen anywhere, but we know it could happen anywhere. And on Wednesday, when we do our drill, I will be inviting parents to come in, and they can go to their child's third-hour class and participate in it, or if they want to stick around in the office and see how we operate that way, if that gives them a little bit of a reassurance, by all means, we want to do that.
Ed, thank you for spending time with us this morning. I know you have a very busy day ahead of you, but I really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Pete, we'll send it back to you.
All right, thanks, Emily. Emily Deem live at Green Bay East.